Good morning on this wonderfully sunny Monday. Knowing me, you might ask yourself two things now. Why am I wearing a shirt and why am I in Graz? Well, the answer to both of those questions is because I have a job interview today in 10 minutes, so I gotta go. That went very well. I didn't even have to, do anything. They didn't really test me. That was nice. I actually consider, this as a potential job. Cool. I mean, they have a rooftop terrace, not a particularly high one, but a big one. It's nice. I mean, we're in Graz, not in Vienna. And that might be a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, I really like Graz and I have a lot of friends here. But I do want to try something else. This shop sounds pretty cool because, first of all, it's part-time. I can do 20 to 30 hours. They have 50% women in their teams, which is cool. And it's like a university. I forgot to think about that, right? But if it's a university, then they're not profit-oriented. What does that mean? They don't work to make profit, which is what every company does, right? So you will always work in order to make profit. Not here, not at the university. Here is like, we actually want to give something back to the people, and that is a good mindset. That's cool. We are not allowed to make profit as a university. I think that suits me better. I would be developing for other universities. So they're not just doing it for themselves at the TU Graz, but also for other universities, which is cool. They're also doing like kind of Kanban, but not really. So I don't need to be there every day, just on Monday and Wednesday, which is also, it's all sounding good actually. If I work 2 days or 2.5 days, I could do that. I don't know, he really made that job sound good to me. So I'm actively considering moving back to Graz and working here. And since I would be working for a university, I'm employed at the university, which means I can do Uzi courses again. And you know me, I love them Uzi courses. And also, as an employee of the university, I would get to apply for the courses 1 week early. That's why I can get into any course, any Uzi course I can just do. And that thought is, yeah, that sounds good. Part-time Uzi courses, doing the teaching on the side. I mean, that sounds like a good life. So, will I move back to Graz? We will see. We will see. For now, let's enjoy the city and play another show here. Ha! Yeah, let's do that.
Rainbow power metal. This is my experimental rainbow power metal.
Give it up all for me, the rainbow metal, don't you see?
Exhausted now, so it was good. It was good. Alright, one last time with chaotic hair. I have a hairdresser appointment in an hour, but I wanted to come up on the Schlossberg before because afterwards I might be busy and stuff. Hello there and welcome to KVlog number 4, I think. I mean, it's been a while. Granted, we're not in Klagenfurt, but it's a KVlog anyway, because it's that time of my life where I am officially living in Klagenfurt. I mean, I am living in Klagenfurt. It's just that I'm here for a week to get some stuff done. For instance, going to job interviews. I mean, I would have gone back to Klagenfurt yesterday, but then the TU Graz sent me another email. Hey, can you come on Thursday for a second round of job interviews? And so I was like, okay, guess that means I stay in Graz then. So yeah, now I'm still here. So tomorrow I have another job interview with the TU Graz. That's when we talk more about, how many hours I'm actually gonna work, what I'm actually gonna get paid, and also what I'm actually gonna work at. And I mean, admittedly, developing in PHP is not my favorite thing to do. I haven't done it in like a long time, and I'm not very proficient in PHP either. That's not to say that I can't do it. The question is, do I want to do it? And I don't even think that that is the question. The real question here is, do I want to move back to Graz? That is the real question. Because if I wanted to move back to Graz, then this would be a really cool job. Because when I said that I wanna, you know, earn 3.5k, they didn't really say that that's not possible. And it's not much less than what I earned with TNG. And that was in Munich, and Munich has higher costs of living. So, you know, I mean, of course I wouldn't get 3.5. I would get the equivalent for the hours that I work. The 3.5 would be for a 40-hour job. If I would get that, you know, that would not be so bad. If you calculate it down, it's like 23 point something euros per hour. That's also approximately what I get for doing my private lessons. I get between, you know, 18 and 25, and most of them by now I have on 25. So yeah, some are still 23. You know, 23 hourly wage is not so bad. I do work for that. I do sell my time for that price at the moment. So if the TU Graz could match that, then, you know, it's hard to say no to that. But again, the real question is, do I want to move to Graz? I mean, I really enjoyed living here. And I did live here for like 6 years. In an 8-year period, I've been 2 years in the UK, so it's been 6 years that I lived here. And in those 6 years, I met quite a few people, so I actually know a lot of people here in Graz. And it's funny because last time I met up with a friend of mine, I told her, well, I'm single because I don't know anyone. And then we were just having coffee, and then we went to the park. And on the way to the park, I literally met 4 people on the way that just passed by that I knew. And it was just ridiculous, and she laughed at me for saying that I don't know anybody. But yeah, in Graz I do know people. Also yesterday when I visited a friend from the Augärtners in his shared space office, how do you say that? Co-working space, that's what you call it, in his co-working space. Suddenly in his office there's a guy that I know from a cappella. And I also know that this guy is in the same office as another one of my a cappella colleagues, so I knew both of them already. And then a third person I knew because I did careers coaching with her. So I knew almost all the people there. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that was quite funny. So knowing a lot of people is quite cool, but also it could be counterproductive. And here's why. Because if I already know people, then I'll stay with them. You know, I know my people, it's fine. But if I don't, then I'm forced to get to know new people. And by being forced to get to know new people, I expose myself to even more people. And by exposing myself to even more people, it's just nice for my social life. And also the chance of finding someone that I can really deeply connect with is higher. If you know nobody, it's also really hard. But if you know a few people, just, you know, a handful that could get you into bigger circles, that's the idea. In Graz, I basically feel like I already know everyone, which is perfectly wrong, because there are a lot of people in Graz. I mean, it's a big city. Big city. Second biggest in Austria. So there are always new people that I could get to know. But yeah, I feel like everywhere I go, I know 1 or 2 people. Maybe that's because I just go to the places where I already know the people. That could be because I go to the events for startups and to ultimate events and improvs, and that's always the same people. So I mean, Graz is a really nice city, but also, first of all, I've been here for 6 years, so I kind of want something new again, because I'm that kind of person who really enjoys change. I know that there are a lot of people who are the opposite, who want it to be always the same, but no, I need the change, I need new stuff in my life, and I feel like I've already been in Graz long enough, and right now with the pandemic I feel like staying in Austria, so there's really only Vienna left. Because I do want a big city where I can dance, swing and do my improv in English. Both of those things I could do here in Graz, which is why Graz is perfectly fine. But also I already said that I want to give Vienna a chance. I already said I want to move to Vienna and give it a chance, because Vienna and me, it didn't really click at first. I was always like, meh. But now I kind of feel like I want to give Vienna a chance, and I want to move to Vienna. And so I'm gonna go to Vienna next week with the Railchat with my bike, and I'm gonna check if it's okay to ride around with the bike in Vienna, because apparently Vienna has the best public transport in Europe. I'm not sure how true that is, but Vienna does have very good public transport. I am aware of that, yes. But I am a cyclist and I want to cycle everywhere, and that's perfect in Graz. Graz has the perfect size to cycle everywhere. And Vienna is a lot bigger, but I do enjoy cycling, and it wasn't a problem in Munich either. I mean, you cycle 40 minutes to work, yes, okay, but that's fine. I enjoy cycling. So I want to see if that's the same in Vienna, if there are nice cycling paths. I'm just gonna go to Vienna for a week and just see how I feel in the city. Because in Graz I feel very good. I really enjoy it here. It's a very nice city, very open city as well, very kind city. Like, people are kind here. That's my prejudice against Vienna, that's just not the case there. But you just need to interact with the right people, I guess. And in Vienna there are so many people that you will find your circle of people that fit for you. But now I have this job offer here. Well, it's not yet an offer, but it's the second round of job interviews, so I'm assuming that I would get an offer. So I'm not sure how much they will stress me to sign the contract. I don't want to let them stress me. It's not the 100% yes, I definitely want to do this job kind of thing. It's more of a yes, it sounds good, but especially that it's for a university. That is what makes it so nice for me. I enjoy universities. Like, I want to support universities. That's why I want to work for universities. Much more than I would want to work for a larger telecommunications firm. And so I kind of, it sounds nice, it looks nice. But then there's the thing, do I like PHP? How is it actually gonna be? I'm not 100% sure on what my actual tasks would be, because apparently it's not just developing, which is a good thing, but also, communication, and that's more what I'm in it for. I really like to work with people, to talk to people, to teach people, to let people know about the stuff that we develop. We will see how they will make it sound to me tomorrow, and if I don't like it enough, then I'll just have astronomical figures for what I want as my salary that they cannot match, and then I will not be able to sign that contract. I mean, 3.5 is already quite high, and I think I want to have that. What I don't want to have happen is that I take this job and then after half a year I decide, no, it's not the right thing, I don't enjoy this enough. I don't want to go through that cycle again. And I don't have to. I don't have to get a job yet. There's nothing that pressures me into that job right now. I can still wait a month, 2 months, 3 months, no problem. Because I am working, I do my online private lessons, and I do earn quite good money with that. It's enough money to cover my expenses that I have, because I don't have to pay rent at the moment. I mean, I am still spending more than I earn, but that's because I keep buying, hard drives and musical equipment and new cameras and just stuff. If I would stop, buying so much shit, then I could, live off just giving the private lessons. So I don't need to stress. Don't need to stress about it. It's better not to take this job now than to quit again after 4 months. Although that contract would only go until the end of the year anyway, because at university you just get befristete Verträge, so like they have a set start and end date, which also means you can't be fired during that time, which is fun. That's just how they roll, and that would actually be nice. And if I then don't want to continue after those 4 months, I can, you know, say, nah, don't feel like it. But see, it's a lot of effort to move to Graz again. And if it's then not working out, that would be a waste, right? Again, it's a question of whether or not I want to move back to Graz or if I prefer Vienna. That question should be answered before I sign the contract. Because I know that I like Graz, but I also know that I already know Graz. And I know that I like to experience new stuff. Yeah, I really enjoy new stuff. I really enjoy getting into a new ultimate club, a new swing scene, a new improv team, because then I can reinvent myself as well. I can have a new image for myself. Because with every group of people, I'm a different person. That's just how I work. With my friends from high school, I'm somebody completely different as I am with my a cappella friends. And again, as I am with my improv friends. That's just, yeah, that just develops. I develop a separate personality in a way with every group of friends, and I like to reinvent myself because I also change. I have different values now than I had 5 years ago. For instance, right now I'm just going to vegan restaurants to eat, and in Graz there are quite a lot of them, and that's really nice. That's also something I enjoy about Graz, better than in Klagenfurt where there's one. And in Vienna, I'm assuming that there are gonna be even more. So yeah, it's just... And I am a city person. I don't see myself living on the countryside. I also don't see myself owning a car. No, I'm a cyclist. I wanna be in the city and I wanna cycle. And still, one of my main issues with Graz, and I don't know why this is such a big deal to me, is that Graz is just smoggy. There's just... The air quality in Graz is really not good. And in Vienna, even though it's a bigger city, it's better because it's windy. And I already said I want to give Vienna a chance. Don't know when, but at some point, after the summer probably, because in summer it's really nice in Klagenfurt. And I got myself a season ticket for the Strandbad. And also in autumn, probably the pandemic is gonna come back. Vienna is probably gonna be hit the most with the pandemic, so there's gonna be the most lockdown there, I'm afraid. That speaks against Vienna. But overall, I still think that I do want to move to Vienna. And especially just, I do want to move away from Klagenfurt, because I do want to move away from my parents' house. And if I just move somewhere else in Klagenfurt, then I'm like, well, why do I pay rent here if I could live with my parents? You know, so moving to a different city definitely makes sense. Also, who wants to live in Klagenfurt, right? I mean, somebody who likes nature, probably, yes. But as it turns out, people are way more important to me. So a social life is way more important to me than nature. I will always prefer to be in a group of people somewhere in the city than alone in nature. I mean, it has something to it if I'm with another person somewhere in nature. Yes, that's cool, but never alone. Alone is just... I would prefer to... I just always prefer to be amongst people. Of course, not 24/7. I also need time for myself, obviously. So yeah, a city is the right place for me, especially now that I'm still young. Yeah, and I don't need to rush it. I mean, I am self-employed. I do pay my taxes and I do pay my insurance. So there is absolutely no stress to figure this out in this very second. That was a quick little update. Just to get my thoughts sorted again. Just so I know how I need to argue tomorrow at the second round of job interviews at the TU Graz. So I should just take a job where I'm really like, yeah, I'm proud that I do that. And I think with university that would be the case. But also it needs to be at least a little bit of fun to do it. And I mean, I do enjoy programming if it's not too much. I do enjoy problem solving, but I don't know which kind of problems there would be to solve at that particular job. So I would have to find that out tomorrow. And now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go down there to get my hair cut at my favorite hairdresser again. So you go make your backup and think hard about where you want to live and which kind of work you want to do. I'm doing that. And if you excuse me, I'm gonna go down there to get my hair cut. Down there to my favorite hairdresser. Right there. There we go again. and I'm missing another centimeter of hair on my head. But at that point I stopped caring. I mean, it's always the same. And better missing the hair on the head than the functionality of your lungs or something. Yeah. New haircut. Gotta support the local hairdressers, because they had a tough time to get through Corona. Me as a software developer with literally no expenses whatsoever. Home office. Yeah, now we have another hour to kill until we go to a bank. Just been at the bank to inform myself of what I can do with my money, and basically I might invest in renewable energies and stuff with that little bit of money that I have lying around on the side, which I don't want to have lying around on the side because of inflation. And the person who gave me like advice, she knows my brother. So basically my brother is as famous as me. Oh, this is amazing. This is so amazing. I love it. My brother is as famous. So yeah, you go to a bank, you know the person. What? What? I mean, funny. Okay, let's cycle home in the rain.